America! I love a good donut! Now I know a lot of you guys out there have seen us do several videos with the Nissan Frontier. We've towed with it, we've taken it off-road, we've pulled boats with it, you name it, we've done it. But we haven't gone on dunes, not like this. And that is what we're going to do today. So we're in Michigan, and Silver Lake Dunes essentially is where we are in the area. And this is a really popular area for automakers to use. They've come out here, I know for a fact, General Motors, Ford, I think Toyota did it at least once, Nissan, yes. They like coming out here. Why? Because it's not crazy dunes like you're going to get in, oh, I don't know, the Middle East, where they're massive mountains, but they're still challenging. But there's an interesting thing today, and that's this, the dunes itself. You see, we recently had a rain, which means this is known as cheater sand. So the first inch or so is actually kind of hard packed thanks to that moisture, thanks to the rain. And what that means is that a little bit easier traction at first, but like a creme brulee, when you break through it, it's all gooey underneath. So once you break through it, down here, that's the regular stuff, and that stuff down there, well, that's going to start absorbing vehicles. And we've seen it already happen several times on this trip. Now, Nissan brought us down here, and we were in an Armada, and now we're going to be doing it in the Frontier. And I'm a big fan of the Frontier. I like its powertrain, I like its balance, I like its price. Pretty much one of my favorite pickup trucks out there, because you get a great bang for your buck without going crazy. One good thing about dunes is that, like, I'm going over like washboard and stuff like that, I can sing. You like that? Right? Who knew? Well, you know, I'm not gonna go into too much music lore. I know you guys get tired of me talking about bands like Rush, which are touring again, but the tickets are stupid expensive, and other bands that are proper heavy metal. But I will say this, playing music very loud, as long as you're not doing something where you need to actually hear what's going on, is just the best in the dunes. It's just the best. The last time I took one of these off-road was, I think it was in Arizona. There's a park there, I think it was called Arrowhead or something like that. And I got a chance to play and have some fun, but that was hard packed, you know, sand and rock. Very different type of environment. Yeah, you can go fast in some spots, but you can't really unload. Here, there are places where you can really just push it and see what the thing can do. And I love that. Love it to death. Here we go. Get through the whoops, and then maximum throttle. I'm on it. Come on, baby. Yeah, we got it, we got it. Whoa, and that was awesome. It's cathartic is what it is. Just get that out of you. It's such a difference between doing this and, say, going up a snowy embankment. Because even though, yes, you can sink in snow and you could slide like crazy, it's a different type of sliding and it's a different type of sinking. So once you've done both, you can really, oh, okay, I can feel the difference. They are very, very different. But what I want to talk about is straight out what this is. So this is the Pro-4X package, meaning that it is obviously built for four-wheel drive. It has a suspension system and an off-road system that is far more capable than your regular 4x4 system you can get with the Nissan Frontier. And that also includes a locking rear diff, thank God. Although, I don't think it's going to be necessary here to use it, but it's nice to have just in case. What you're looking at, my friends, is a Hankook Dynapro all-terrain tire. It is way aired down. I think it's down to about 15 pounds of pressure. Really needed here. It is a 265/70R17, and those wheels, which I happen to like quite a bit, I like a matte finish and it's not full on black. Bilstein shocks and overall beefed up suspension system. It does sit higher than your regular truck. Now, these things start, and this is the deal about the Pro-4X package in general. This is basically the way you get it, right? It starts around the mid $40,000 zone. And for a vehicle that has an off-road suspension, 310 horsepower, and a locking rear diff, it is a bargain. Compare it to what you get from Toyota, from Ford, from General Motors in terms of their off-road packages. Now, I'm not talking about their way outlandish ones. I'm talking about their mid-level ones. This is competitive with those. Should they put in the same twin turbocharged V6 they have in their Armada, which is a 3.5 liter? Yes, please put it in there. Wider wheels, beefier suspension, suddenly you have a badass Nissan Pro-4X or whatever they would call it, but I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon. Although I have talked to engineers about it before, and they've all laughed in the way of saying, yeah, we want to do that, but no, we can't do it right now. They didn't say that, but they laughed. They probably laughed at me. Anyway, the rest of the package is fairly simple, and thank goodness they didn't add anything unnecessary. Yes, okay, having sliders is a really big deal, and it doesn't have that. I'm pretty sure you can put those on there without much of a problem. And the sliders are great to have, but here's the deal about them. It adds weight. When you're flying around off-road, the least amount of weight is the better way to go. And I got this directly from the former head of design at Jeep. Basically, you want the lightest possible thing possible. It's the same with race cars, right? So by not having all the extra schmutz on there, this is a pretty good package. So you might be wondering, why is this thing as expensive as it is? Because with Destination, it is over $50,000, just a hair over. That's a lot of money for a Nissan Frontier. Well, it does have every package conceivably available for this truck. Once again, punch it, full throttle, it really does rip. She gets a little angry. Yeah, and then we go up to the next one, and just to ease off a bit so I don't crash over the side, there's another little dip here that is sucky as hell. Go over that, there we go, got around it, and then power over this puppy, and this one sucks too, at the top, because I got to ease off just at the right time. Ah, a little jump there, no bee. I love it. And then scream, and then a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Whew, nearly buried it there. And I feel better. That's the best. That's the best. I love it. Yeah, some people, after certain moments in their life, they need like a cigarette or a drink or a massage, a long walk, a word with God. You know what I mean? It's like something just feels, little adrenaline. My hands are still shaking. And this is the thing, is that because we're shooting video, I can't just go full bore through the whole thing. I have to wait, have the crew catch up, and then do the next one. So it's not like I can continuously sit on that adrenaline rush, so I have to let it drop down and then hit it on the next one. I think that's fun that way. I mean, it's probably going to give me a heart attack at some point in time, but it'll be okay.
This video would not be possible without our friends over at Onyx Off-Road, the #1 go-to off-road trail navigation software. If you're looking for the best trails in your area, you'll know what to expect. It integrates with CarPlay, and you'll even know the next time you're back in cell service. Thank you to Onyx Off-Road for sponsoring this video.
310 horsepower, 281 foot-pounds of torque. Wow. It's good. It's good because it's not a turbo that has the spool up. And I'm still on the fence of whether or not I really like turbos. There's different engines that do different things with them, right? Some of them spool very quick and some don't. This, well, you don't have to worry about it because it's not that, right? It's a 9-speed automatic transmission. On a good day, this might get 20 miles per gallon, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Not exactly the world's most efficient setup, but it works. I think that last time I drove one of these long distance, my best MPG was 19. With that being said, the overall setup of this powertrain is really good balance. There is plenty of horsepower and pretty good torque in a light truck. Once again, not a lot of crap hanging off of it. So this thing is light on its toes in the sand, which so far has proven to be very good. Another thing I want to mention is that it's decadent. It has these hood struts here, and not everybody in the industry has it. But then the other side of it is, I'm a little over 6 feet tall, and this hood is really low when you open it. And yeah, it won't go any higher. I guess that's a good thing, because you don't have to ever go under here, right? Right? Another thing I like about the Frontier, and I always liked about the Frontier, is that I actually fit. Back in the day, Toyota, with their Tacoma, and I owned one, the roof and it just was a little too compact, and I just had to lean back far too much to be comfortable driving all the time. Some people don't have a problem with it. I did. Now Toyota's taken care of that with their newest version, of course, but this is still a very comfortable setting. This one does have the sunroof. This has everything, which is why it's just a pinch over $50,000, which is expensive, right? I would rather not have a lot of this stuff in here, although I do like this 12.3-inch screen. This is something relatively recent that they have updated, and it is much better. And they do have physical buttons here for volume and tune, thank you. And these are all physical buttons down here as well. I like that very much. And the simple reason why is that there's nothing quite like having to use the screen when you're off-roading to try to get things to happen. I hate that. You have buttons and you have knobs here. Now over on my left, there's a lot of controls, and this is a problem. This is something that I think a lot of you guys would agree is not such a great thing. In fact, I could show you if you come on over here. Two very important buttons are way down here. There's your locker down here near my ankle, and then hill descent control. Really important to have these things, I think, center or even above you, I guess. Here, it kind of sucks. I don't like having to look all the way down and trying to fiddle with the buttons and shutting off traction control, which is another one. It's right here. I just wish the button location was in another spot. Tow mode is up here. That's honestly not ideal either. And unlike the Armada, which has a trailer brake controller built in, this one does not, which is a bummer. They recently upgraded the towing capacity of the Nissan Frontier to over 7,000 pounds, but that was specific trims. I believe it drops quite a bit when you have the Pro-4X model. Another thing I do like, the Fender sound system in here works really well. I like the fact that it can get loud. It's simple, but it does the job. And a lot of other more expensive stereo systems out there, frankly, don't do that. I'm getting old, I can't hear as well. I need loud music, and that is exactly what this thing is able to do. Nissan's managed to make a pretty comfortable seat. Look, controls are very basic, but at least for me, with my large body, this works just fine. The texture is quite good. I like the raised stitching, and of course a little Pro-4X right there, and how they have it just underneath the perforated part right here. I like that. Inserts, they're cool. And you know, hey, put your hand here type thing, at least over here. That's for the, oh my goodness, grabbing point. There's better words for it. But then in the door panel, you have a space for a bottle, which I like, and they even tell you, hey, yeah, you can put a bottle here. I actually met the designer of this vehicle at an event called the JCCS, which is the Japanese Classic Car Show in Long Beach, just recently. Really cool guy. And there's a lot of angles and whatnot that he took from the outside of the vehicle and brought them to the inside. Like if you see the contour of the hood and the way it kind of hugs downward, it's actually the same exact angle that this is right here. I kid you not. Now there's other storage little pots here and over here. This is where your wireless charging goes. I like this. It's big, and unlike a lot of other ones, it actually works. So there's plenty of functionality in here, but I do wish that some of these buttons were moved over here. There's wide open throttles there. Oh yeah. Oh, this one's the easy one. So the one thing about these dunes is that there's a lot of spots that are one way, and you really have to pay attention to the signs. You go the wrong direction, you can collide with somebody and make it horrible. It's usually a good idea to find a good gear where you can exploit maximum RPM without going into the red line. Oh yeah, and that way you can tear through this stuff without too much of a problem. Well, I mean it in terms of at least keeping your RPMs up. That's always a really good idea. Unlike so many places where speed is not a great idea, speed's a great idea here. Yeah, I've been in long deserts over in the Middle East, and I've bound around in various vehicles. It's actually a lot of fun going in ones that are primitive and they rattle and they're about to fall to pieces, and they sometimes do. That's always cool too. But when you're in a vehicle where it is comfortable, plenty of power, and you're able to run the air conditioner and play really loud music, it's a lot of fun. Just wanted to point out, this bash plate has been taken in all day long from various drivers, not just me. And yeah, it's doing its job, but as you can see, it's taking a beating. one of the attributes to having a vehicle that can switch from having a comfortable driving demeanor all day long and something that can actually do some real damage in a good way in the dunes is that not a lot of vehicles can actually do that. There's an awful lot of off-road vehicles that are heavy, ponderous, don't have a very good off-road mode, are too technically advanced to have an issue with dunes, or perhaps are so damn expensive that you don't want to take them into this type of environment. Not this. This thing, I just want to beat the hell out of it off-road, which is great because it feels like it wants more. And I love that. Just pound on it. Play your loud music while you're going off-road, have a good time, and it's fine. And then when you're done, put air back in the tires, please, and then just drive it home. I love that. I love being able to do that. There are really, honestly, just a few vehicles that I'm comfortable doing that with, like a Wrangler. I'm okay with that because I know it can take it. So yeah, beefy little truck. Really well done. I am thrilled that I was able to come here and have such a good time bouncing around in something that is so capable. Yeah, it's not perfect, but well, neither am I. Don't tell anybody that though. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.